Good morning, children. Today I am going to start Chapter 8, History Part 2, and the name of the chapter is Civilizing the Native, Educating the Nations. So, we will discuss this chapter now. British rule affected Rajas and Nawabs, peasant and tribal. British felt that they had a cultural mission. They had to civilize the natives, change their customs and values. So, in this point, from the Britisher, now Rajas and Nawabs, they are also affected like peasant and tribal. And British, they want to change their custom and values for the Indian peoples. Next topic is how the British show education, the tradition of orientation. The meaning of orientation, a person's basic attitude, belief or feelings in relation to a particular subject issue. Point number 1. In 1783, William Jones, a linguist, was appointed as a junior judge at the Supreme Court that the company had set up. Point number 2. William Jones started studying ancient Indian texts on law, philosophy, religion, politics, morality, arithmetic, medicine, and other sciences. Point number 3. Englishmen like Henry Thomas Colebrook and Nathaniel Halhed were busy discovering the ancient Indian heritage, mastering Indian languages, and translating Sanskrit and Persian works into English. Point number 4. A madrasa was set up in Calcutta in 1781 to promote the study of Arabic, Persian and Islamic law. Point number 5. In 1971, the Hindu College was established in Banaras to encourage the study of ancient Sanskrit texts that would be useful for the administration of the country. So, in the year 1783, William Jones, a linguistic, was appointed as a junior judge at the Supreme Court. So, in this point, it is written that 1783 William Jones, a linguist, was appointed as a junior judge at the Supreme Court, and they try to understand our people nicely. That's why he started studying philosophy, religion, politics, morality, arithmetic, medicine and other sciences. So, in the year 1791, the Hindu College was established in Banaras to encourage the study of ancient Sanskrit texts. Go to the next topic, grave errors of the age. Point number 1. In early 19th century, many British officials began to criticize the Orientalist version of learning. Point number 2. James Mill was one of those who attacked the Orientalists. Point number 3. According to him, the aim of education ought to be teach what was useful and practical, so Indians should be made familiar with the scientific and technical advances that the West had made, rather than with the poetry and sacred literature of the Orient. So, after doing all this, they want to educate our people, Indians, for their profits. So, move to the next topic, education for commerce. Point number 1. In 1854, Wood's dispatch, an educational dispatch, was sent to India outlining the educational policy that was to be followed in India. It emphasized on the practical benefits of the system of European learning. Point number 2. Wood's dispatch argued that European learning would improve the moral character of Indians and make them truthful and honest, and thus supply the company with civil servants who could be trusted and depended upon. So, in this point, in the year 1854, Wood Dispatch, an educational dispatch, was sent to India outlining the educational policy that was to be followed in India. in point number 2, Wood Dispatch argued that European learning would improve the moral character of Indians and make the truthful and honest, and thus supply the company with civil servants who could be trusted and depended upon. Go to the next topic, what happened to the local school. So now we will discuss at that time what happened to the local institution. Point number 1. In the 1830s, William Adam, a Scottish missionary, toured the district of Bengal and Bihar and was given charge by the company to get report on the progress of education in vernacular schools. Point number 2. Adam found that the system of education was flexible and local schools were known as Pathsalas. Point number 3. There were no fixed fee, no printed book, no separate school building, no benches or chairs, no blackboard, no system of separate classes, no roll call register, no annual examination, and no regular timetable. Point number 4. Teaching process was oral and the guru decided what to teach in accordance with the need of the students. So, in the year 1830s, William Adam, a Scottish missionary, he toured the district of Bengal and Bihar and given charge by the company to get report on progress of education in vernacular schools. Means he want to know that what is going on in all the schools. At that time the Indian school, that is called Pathsalas, and there is no fixed fee, no printed book, no separate school building, no benches or chairs, no blackboard, no system of separate classes, no roll call register, no annual examination, no regular timetable. Teaching process was oral and the guru decided. So at that time teaching process was orally, means they are not writing anything, whatever they have to give answer they are given that in orally, and the guru decided what to teach in accordance with the need of the students. Go to the next topic, new routines, new rules. After 1854, the company decided to improve the system of vernacular education by introducing order within the system, imposing routines, establishing rules, ensuring regular inspection. The meaning of vernacular, the language or dialect spoken by the ordinary people in a particular country or region. So, in the year 1854, the company decided to improve the system of vernacular education by introducing order with the system, imposing routine, establishing rules, ensuring regular inspection. So, in the year 1854, they made some rules and regulation for school that it should be routine, establishing rules, ensuring regular inspection, means regularly someone will come for inspect that school. Point number 2. Company appointed a number of government pundit, each in charge of looking after 4 to 5 schools. Point number 3. Teaching was now to be based on textbook and learning was to be tested through a system of annual examination. Point number 4. Thus Pathsalas which accepted the new rules were supported through government grants. So after this, the government, they appointed some pundits to looking after 4 to 5 schools, and that school should be based on some textbook, was to be tested through a system of annual examination, and they have to write annual examination for passing. Point number 4 is Pathshala which accepted the new rules that are getting support from the government. We can say that Pathshalas government granted. Next topic is the agenda for a national education. Point number 1. Some Indians impressed with the development in Europe felt that Western education would help to modernize India. Point number 2. Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore reacted against Western education. So, after that, some Indians, they are impressed from the Europe and felt that Western education would help to modernize India. But Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore, they are reacted against Western education. They thought that we Indians, we want our own education and culture, and no one have right to change this. So move to the next topic. English education has enslaved us. Point number 1. English education has enslaved us. Point number 2. Mahatma Gandhi urged that colonial education create a sense of inferiority in the minds of Indians. It was sinful and it enslaved Indians. It cast an evil spell on them. Point number 3. Mahatma Gandhi wanted an education that could help Indians to recover their sense of dignity and self-respect. Point number 4. According to Mahatma Gandhi, Indian languages ought to be medium of teaching and the means to develop a Persian mind and soul. Meaning of enslaved: make someone a slave. Point number 2. Mahatma Gandhi urged that colonial education create a sense of inferiority in the minds of Indians. It was sinful and it enslaved Indians. It cast an evil spell on them. Gandhiji said that colonial education create a sense of inferiority in the minds of Indians and it is shameful for us. Mahatma Gandhi wanted an education that could help Indians to recover their sense of dignity and self-respect. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, education that could help Indians to recover their sense of dignity and self-respect. Point number 4. According to Mahatma Gandhi, Indian language, we can say that Hindi ought to be medium of teaching and the means to develop a Persian mind and soul. In the words of Gandhiji, he thinks that Indian language ought to be medium of teaching and the means to develop a Persian mind and soul. Next topic is Tagore's Abode of Peace. Point number 1. Rabindranath Tagore stated Shanti Niketan in 1901. Point number 2. According to him, creative learning be encouraged only within a natural environment and hence set up his school 100 km away from Calcutta in a rural setting. Point number 3. He emphasized the need to teach science and technology at Shanti Niketan along with art, music and dance. So, in the year 1901, Rabindranath Tagore started one school named by Shanti Niketan. According to him, creative learning be encouraged only within a natural environment. So, he said that creative knowledge only we can see in the natural environment and it is open at 100 km away from Calcutta. So Rabindranath Tagore, he said that we have to teach our children science and technology along with art, music and dance in Shanti Niketan. That's all about your this chapter. For any queries, you can text me below. Till then, children, bye and take care.